Good morning. Well, the gardening gods have smiled upon us today. We have some gorgeous cloud cover, just so that we're not baking in the sun. There is a very nice cool breeze, and the temperatures are definitely perfect for gardening. I have got Mum with me today. To be honest, I'm not sure where she's wandered off to, but you will no doubt be seeing her in this vlog. Following on from Wednesday's video, the fruit trees all got transplanted, and as a result of transplanting such established trees, it has left a little bit of destruction in some of the cottage garden beds. So that is what I am very keen to tackle today, and I thought I would bring you along with me and we would spend the day pottering around out here in the garden and just having a really just delicious slow day. I started my morning with a little bit of a lie-in. I got up around 7, made myself a delicious breakfast. I think I maybe shared a clip with you of that. It was absolutely scrumptious. And yeah, now I'm outside ready to tackle the garden. And yeah, so my main focus is going to be kind of setting the cottage garden to rights. I'm very keen to get in and get the beds sort of back to looking their best. So I will take you down there now. And depending on how the day goes, if I've still got a little bit of time, I do have a lot of other plants to plant. So we might also just, tackle some general planting and gardening and go from there. So this is the first bed here. You will remember this used to have 4 fruit trees in it. 2 navel oranges, a lemon and a mandarin tree. You can see like the pathway has sort of been disrupted. Yeah, a little bit of chaos and destruction here. So hopefully you've spotted over here. I did plan ahead and I had already organised. I knew obviously that this was going to be the case once those fruit trees got transplanted. So I have purchased some new plants to go into this area that I think are going to look spectacular. The other thing that my garden gentleman did while he was here, which I was very, very appreciative of, and something, I don't know if I even mentioned it to you, it's just sort of been something I've been thinking about for a while, and that was transplanting, repositioning the red crepe myrtle. So you can see here, she used to be in this location here, the red. So the white crepe myrtle standard is still here, but the red crepe myrtle used to be in this bed. And if I just pan up a little bit, you can see a glass sliding door there. That is actually my sitting room. And this, when she is, completely leafed out and in full flower, it does actually really block the view of this gorgeous back cottage garden, but it also creates quite a bit of shade in that in the sitting room. She is also in quite the shaded position there because it's right up against the house. She doesn't get a lot of sun, and crepe myrtles love sun, and I don't think she was living life to her fullest in that location. So while she was still fairly dormant from winter and hadn't kind of begun to leaf out, he did actually transplant her. So he tried to dig up as much as possible to try and retain her root ball. It was very difficult. She was established in there and had quite the significant roots, but we ended up relocating her. Oh my goodness, the jasmine is just starting to flower, and the smell. Oh, I think I've gone on about it in the last several videos, but the smell is just so, the perfume, like it does the whole back garden, but is particularly strong, obviously near her here. But hopefully, if I just step into Rose Corner here, that is the red crepe myrtle there. So I'm really hoping she's going to bounce back and she gets full sun here. So when she, is able to branch out, she's got full reign of this whole area. you know, she can go wild. And I think it will add, like when she's in flower in summer, those red blooms throughout this area I think are going to look incredible. I think they're going to add some really great color into this space. You will know if you have been subscribed for a while, I did briefly consider putting the Sweet Laguna rose in here, but I did change my mind because I had it in the back of my head that the red crepe myrtle might be transplanted, and I just felt she would do so much better up here, sort of out of the way, and just so that she can, you know, reach her full potential. Where she was in that little spot there, we were, you know, constantly cutting her back, and no doubt probably stunting some of her growth and stunting some of her blooms because she was getting so heavily trimmed back. But yeah, so she is in here now. I'm sure you are no doubt noticing quite a bit of change in the garden as I'm walking around. I have every intention of doing a full October garden tour just to kind of share all of the updates with you, but that is not what we're going to do today. So I'm kind of just, yeah, you'll have to wait for the garden tour for that. But I am keen to get started on this. You just look at something and you think, oh goodness, where do I start? So I think what I might do is go get my gardening gloves on, and I might pop you up on a tripod. And I think first step is going to be maybe just to re-establish the pathway. I need to move this back. I need to kind of fix up the rocks and that here, because this little garden bed at the back is where the strawberry shortcake flowers are going to go. Anyway, yeah, I think that's what I might do first, is just kind of re-establish this little pathway here, and then maybe tizzy up some of these little plants just so they're looking a little bit happier. They're all looking a little bit smooshed at the moment, and then we will get to planting. So I've got these ones here to go in, and I also have these two gorgeous salvias to go in. They're such a beautiful color. They're like a really light purpley color, and the bees have just been loving them, but I'm keen to get them in. So yeah, that's the plan. Let's do that. I'm going to re-establish the pathway first, and then what we'll do is I'll come back on once it's established, and then we will place the plants together, and you'll kind of see what my process is for kind of allocating them all in their spaces, and then we will get stuck in and start planting. You can see all the exposed irrigation and everything here. Gosh, he did, Russell, my garden gentleman, he did such a phenomenal job of, you know, getting this out. I honestly thought he was going to have to pull up all of this to get those fruit trees out, but he's just amazing, so amazing. I'm very, very lucky to have him, you know, come and help me out with these projects. I definitely would not have been able to extract a root ball the size that he was able to. Anywho, enough chatting. Let's get going on this. First things first as well, when getting your gloves in Australia, even though I store these in a plastic sort of sealed container, I always give the fingers of the gloves a very good squeeze, because you never know if a little spider might somehow find its way into your gardening gloves. So you always have to be super, super careful. So if you ever see me squeezing the fingers of my gloves, that is why. All right, I'm gonna get stuck in now. Ooh, planes are going overhead. I may also, it has just very, very lightly started to pitter-patter with rain. Not enough to prevent me from gardening, but I might actually just tuck you away just while there's just a very dark, if I show you up, that cloud there is a very dark cloud. So I might just tuck you away somewhere while I re-establish that pathway. Hopefully the rain cloud has gone past by then, and then I'll show you what I have achieved. Ooh. So we've kind of tried to establish the path. I'm gonna be honest, I cannot remember what it used to look like. So this is what we're going with now. It's just a little pathway into this bed, just in case we need to get towards the back. So Mum is here with me now, and I think the next thing we're going to do is just triple check this irrigation, that there's no little holes or anything that were accidentally punctured while he was transplanting. I think just before we start filling in holes, I think that's the best thing to do. So we're going to check the irrigation very quickly, and then once we've confirmed there's no leaks, we are going to place all the plants, which I will pop you on probably a time lapse for, and then we're basically just going to have a little planting work bee while we sort of dig holes and just get as many plants in as possible, as quickly as possible. Oh, I'm so excited to see what this area looks like once everything's in. I think it's going to look really good. Alrighty, so just testing the irrigation now. Yeah, that looks fine. There's no like leaks or anything down there, no water's pooling. Yep, that's good.
It was very, well, he tried to be very careful.
Oh yeah, definitely. He did such an incredible job. But you know, like just sometimes like a little hose, yeah, hose thing can come out. All right, I'm going to pop you on a time lapse, and we are going to place these plants first, just so we can decide on all the positioning, and then yeah, we're going to get to planting. Alright, Mum is just starting to put in some of the salvia, and I thought I'd very quickly talk you through. We have a dwarf peace baby here. We've got one of these. I'm not even sure how you would print. Garua? Mum almost lost the salvia. We've got this one here, which we've not had this before. Beliza. We've got two very pretty strawberry shortcakes in the back there. Needs to come back a little bit more towards you. Yeah, towards you. Mum's wrestling with one of the salvias. Yep, that's better. Wrestling with one of the salvias at the moment. And then if I just step around behind her. So we've got one salvia on that side. I've got another salvia here. We've got 3 of the Powder Puff Perfection. And then I've got a Ruby Glow here, just in the middle for a little bit of colour. And I'd say that is going to be this bed jam-packed. And then once everything kind of flushes out, it will definitely have filled out a lot. I am worried that these might be too big for the space. And I'm debating maybe removing one of those. The Powder Puff Perfection, because they get they are supposed to get 80 centimeters wide, which is obviously way bigger than this little space here. So I might just debate that. Maybe I'll remove one of those and I'll put one of these purple salvia there, because they stay quite small. Maybe that's what I'll do. And we can always move this. There's so many places in the garden that this would work for. So maybe that's what we'll do. But yeah, I'll pop you back on a time lapse and we will get planting. I've actually got someone just coming to the house, so I might just quickly pop inside to the front door and meet them. But Mum's going to continue planting. So this bed is now completely planted up. Did decide to remove the powder puff, the third powder puff perfection here, and I've just popped a sort of dwarf size salvia in. It's going to look so gorgeous once it all kind of fills in, and that'll no doubt take a few weeks, but it's looking so much better than how it looked when we started. So now that this one's done, I'm probably going to swing around and we might just, it's actually starting to shower a little bit. So I have just quickly, in amongst the rain, placed, since my success with the lace hydrangeas, I'm going to trial 2 other varieties. So I've popped 2 here just on either side, just to fill in this gap where the red crepe myrtle was, and also just to fill in this little gap here. I will say, in exciting news, these are the Malaysian orchids that we did the ridiculously hard prune back on, and hopefully I can show you. You're not going to be able to see. Hold on. Oh, hold that thought. Oops, it's just starting to rain again. Can you see here? All the little shoots. So it's just starting to leaf back out. So that's really great news. May actually take off a few more branches of that, I think, just so it doesn't get so big again. It was quite large. So anyway, that's great news. So we're just going to plant these 2 hydrangeas. So the hydrangeas we've got is the Avant-Garde hydrangea. First time ever planting them. They're full sun part shade? Part sun. Best to receive morning sun, protect from afternoon sun. So this area is definitely protected from afternoon sun. I mean, you can even use them for indoor decoration. But they're a small size hydrangea, so they only get 70 centimeters by 70 centimeters. So I'm going to try these 2, so they're both the same. We'll see how they get on in this bed. It does say it likes morning sun, and I don't know, I probably wouldn't say it gets morning sun. It does get a lot of light here. So hopefully that will suffice. I think that they'll add some really nice colour and greenery, and obviously when they're in bloom, they'll look gorgeous. Mum's already got stuck into that one over there. The Avant-Garde hydrangeas are both in. I was just saying to Mum, they look like little cabbages. Like we're going to grow little Cabbage Patch babies out here. Does anyone remember Cabbage Patch babies? I'm pretty sure I still have my Cabbage Patch doll. But they're really sweet. What a nice little habit they have. And those green leaves, I mean, even without the flowers, very, very pretty. I mean, obviously, I hope they get flowers, but yeah. Just such a sort of deep, strong green colour. Oh, I hope they will like it here. We're almost out of potting soil, and the garden centre is only open for another hour today, and then it's closed tomorrow. So we're thinking we might do a mad dash down to the garden centre. Maybe I shall bring you with me, actually. We won't be long, but we're just hoping to pick up some extra potting soil, and Mum was just commenting that she wanted something else. She feels we need something in this gap here. I don't know, the Malaysian orchid is bouncing back and eventually it will fill this, but if we keep on top of it and it doesn't get as big as what it was, maybe like a nice little ground cover could be nice in here. But it's a full shade area. It gets very little sunlight in the morning, and yeah, the rest of the time it's completely in shade. So we definitely need to think of a ground cover that goes well. I don't mind the idea of it. There is a trailing violet you can see that's very slowly kind of filling in the space, but I don't know if it's sort of reaching maximum capacity. Anyway, let's pop to the garden centre, very impromptu, pick up some extra soil and just see what they have. Just arrived at the garden centre and they've got all their colour out, but we're just admiring the pots. We love these pots. And all the pretty pink colours. just
much better that than the white.
yeah, definitely. We're just looking at the white statue, garden statue there, but I've absolutely fallen in love with her. Even her face is gorgeous. And look, she has like a little petal skirt. She's like a little garden fairy, and obviously you can put water in here for the birds, and so it's like a little bird bath, isn't she? And like, look at her little shoes. Oh my gosh. Oh, they have so much cute stuff here. I was just showing Mum, you know how I have my floating fantail fish? Well, they have the little blue and white ones. So these like float in your ponds or water features. So cute. How pretty is this pot for my bulbs for next year? I really like it. So much cute stuff. Like, look at this pot here with the little bees, and it's got like a, I don't know if it comes across on camera, but they're like a gold foil wings on the bees. That is very, very cute for in the kitchen to like display things. Little platypuses. Oh, so much cute stuff. Oh, look at this one for bulbs. That'd be really cute for a couple of little bulbs in there. Oh, I've fallen in love with so many things here. Oh no. It has just stopped raining, so popping outside into their garden section, they've got some very pretty things here. Mum's hoying me over to her area, so we'll have a little wander over and just see what she has found. Oh wow, that's like those Dreamia, but these are the rose ones. Oh, how cute's that? Oi, we are back home from the garden centre, and it had a full-on rainstorm while we were there. You can see everything is wet here, but we managed to get the garden soil, some additional garden soil, so that we can kind of continue with the planting. So we're just going to get on with that. We're just going to take it out of the car and then try and finish off the planting for today. It has just been such a lovely day. The weather has just been such a, it's just made the gardening really, you know, pleasant. It's not overly hot. And just nice breeze. I mean, I could have done without the rain, but that's okay. We took the opportunity to go to the garden centre. All right, amongst all the rain showers, next thing we're going to get in is this one here. So it is this here. Full sun, part shade, only gets 30 to 40. It's a type of ground cover, and you can see here it is a brilliant weed suppressant, which is what I like to see. It's hardy, full sun or semi-shade, abundant purple to pink flowers. The flowers on it are almost like a, yeah, I would say purple to pink, but it's quite a vibrant sort of colour. So it's going to go on this corner here of the crepe myrtle, the white crepe myrtle bed, and hopefully it will like it there. It gets afternoon sun here, so that should be okay. All right, we are battling against the rain today. We've got more black clouds coming, and I think it's going to rain again momentarily. So I have a roast cooking inside in the slow cooker. I think I might just call it a day. It's around lunchtime now, so we've been out here for a couple of hours getting all of this in and done. So I might kind of just start packing up a little bit before the next rain comes, and then kind of just get all cozy for the afternoon. But it's definitely been really productive. I'm so pleased to have all of this in, and I'm really excited to just watch how it all grows over the coming sort of weeks and months. And as you know, I will definitely be sharing all that with you on upcoming videos. So I hope you really enjoyed spending the morning with me and Mum as we kind of just got stuck right into the gardening, and just, yeah, had a really great potter around, went to the garden centre, and yeah, set the cottage garden to rights. I'm going to bid you farewell. I hope you have an incredible rest of your week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.